Hello, my name is Katrina and I am an IT instructor from Norway. And in this video, I'm going to show you the basic tools and the basic settings within the free version of ChatGPT. So if you've just started with using ChatGPT and you're wondering what's going on, what's all these buttons, where do I click, and how does it work? Well, this is a slow and easy learning to show you exactly that. So please follow along, and after the video, hopefully you'll have some tools so you can start working more and more within ChatGPT. So follow along. Now, once you're logged into ChatGPT, this is the free version, it will look like something like this. On the left-hand side, you will see a sidebar. Now, maybe it is even closed, so this sidebar, it's open to closing it or to opening it. So you just click here to either close or open it. We have also this area for making a new chat. Now we will see it's already here in the mode where I can make a new chat. It will also on the left show me earlier chats that I have been using within my logged in ChatGPT. So for example, if I click on this one, it will bring me back to an earlier conversation that I have had going with ChatGPT. Also here, if I click on this one, it will go back to an earlier conversation I have had with ChatGPT, meaning I can of course go in and I can keep the conversation going. Also, on the left, we have something called search chats. This means if you have many chats, historically, it can be a little bit difficult to find back to older chats. Now, in my example, I only have 2, but if I wanted to, I could click here and it would show me the earlier chats I have been working on. So for example, this one, previous 30 days, this one I've been working on today. I could also now search here. So if I, for example, type in the word Norway, it will go through all my historical chats and give me the results. So this is kind of a quick way of searching in old chats. Now you can also close this window again here. Within your chats, you might have asked to make some sort of images. So for example, in this one, I see I already created an image here, and I also made a few other images, or actually just 1 or 2, meaning whenever an image is created, you can go back to the library here on the left, and it will show images that has been created within the system. And this is like a super quick way. Just go into your library and search for all different illustration and images you have made. Now you can actually even go here and you can make a new image. Then we have Sora. Now this one will actually bring you further out to another website. So I'm just going to click on this one. And Sora is also a tool by the same company. And this one they use to make images, but also videos. So for example, here, if I click on the video section, it will actually show me videos that other people that also are using ChatGPT have made. And it's becoming pretty good at making videos. Now, I'm not going to make any videos here, but I'm just saying that when you are in the ChatGPT, you can click here and it will bring you to this area. And you can start using this one as well if you wish. Then we have something called GPTs. GPTs are sort of specialized artificial intelligence helpers. So if I click here on the GPTs, it will bring me into something called Explore GPTs. And what is this? It says, discover and create custom versions of ChatGPT that combine instructions, extra knowledge, and any combination of skills. So this is sort of like finding a specialist. So for example, if I really want help with writing, for example, I could click here and it would give me all these different types of helpers within ChatGPT that is specialized in writing or maybe in productivity. We can go, or maybe research and analysis, and so on and so on. I will make videos later on explaining what GPTs are. But these are kind of like specialized chats within a specific theme or topic. But you will find it by opening here on the left-hand side. Also, up in the corner, we have a few tools. It's possible to click on this little circle and it will open a little toolbox window. So here we could, of course, upgrade our plan. You could also click here on the left to upgrade your plan. This will actually make it possible for you to pay money and upgrade your plan. Why should you do that? Well, when you start paying money to the system or to ChatGPT, they will give you more tools. Okay, but remember in this video, I am just on the free version, which does give me a few limitations. But let's just close this one and we'll just keep on going in the free version. We can also click up here and we could go on the settings. I'll just click here on the settings and I'm not going to go into every single detail, but I'll give you a few simple settings I do recommend you do straight away. First of all, the theme. Now on my computer, I have it on light mode, but I'll just swap over to dark mode. I know that some people prefer the dark mode on your screen, so this is perfectly up to you which one you want to choose. But I'm just going to keep mine on the light mode. Also, the language at the moment, I have this one on English, but actually I am Norwegian. So basically, when I don't make English speaking videos, I would prefer to have it in my own language. Now, you see, there's all these languages you can use. I'm going to set it into Norwegian at the moment, and you will now see it actually swaps, and suddenly everything is in Norwegian. Now, of course, this is something you choose, whichever language you prefer, just go in and set the language to your language. We also have something called spoken language. This means I can actually start speaking to ChatGPT. I'll show you that later in another video. And this is also something you choose. We also have, I'm not going to go into the voice at the moment. I'm just going to go over here on the left. We have something called notifications. This is where you set up how notifications come into your system. We have something called personalization. This is how we can customize how ChatGPT works. And I'm just going to stop here for a moment. Usually when we have chats going on, it will remember your chats into the future. And if you turn on this one, reference saved memories, it will actually let ChatGPT save and use memories when responding. Also, you can turn this one on, reference chat history. Let ChatGPT reference recent conversations when responding. When both of these are turned on, it will actually be able to remember things between your chats. So, for example, if I've been going on here about a holiday in Norway, where I'll be talking about different things, and it's actually answered me different things, it will remember next time I make a new chat, and so on and so on. Now, once you start using ChatGPT a lot, you can also actually go into manage the memories. Now, at the moment, this is pretty empty. I haven't really used this account so much, but in the future, we will be able to go in here and we can go and check out the memory that is in the system. We can also go to connected apps. It is possible to connect to your Google Drive, your Microsoft OneDrive, which maybe you have a personal Microsoft OneDrive or maybe you have a work and school one, it is possible to connect. This means I could then go and, for example, upload a document I have on my Google Drive because I want ChatGPT to help me with that specific file or document. We also have something called data controls. Here we have different things going on, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about this one called archived chat. Just remember, how did I get in here? I'm just going to close this. You click up here and you go here, you open the settings, and we go to the data controls. Now, before I actually go in and manage my archived chats, I'm going to show you what it is, but just be aware that this is where you find it. You can also find security. Here we can turn on multi-factor authentication and so on and so on. So I do advise you to learn more about security, but I'm not going to do that at the moment. I'm just telling you this is where you can go and set up more security so people cannot log in without multi-factor layers authentication. Okay. We also have the one called account. And account is also possible if you don't want to use this anymore. You can go in and delete it. We also have something called GPT Builder profile, and here you will see the email. I'm not going to talk about this, but if you ever want to delete your account, this is where you do it. Now, all these things, just go around and have a look at the different things you can press. And if you have some problems, you can also, let's just make a new chat. You can even ask the system. So let's pretend I really need some more help. And I could say, please tell me how the menu in the sidebar in ChatGPT works. Now, this is super cool. If ever you want to know anything about how things work within the system, just ask the system. So I'm just going to press this one. And here we go. It actually says, sure, Katrina. Now, how does it know my name? Well, the thing is, when I registered for this account, I told it my name, and this is a memory it actually has. And here it comes up with a description of a few of the things I already have been telling you. Okay? So, my advice is once you come in here, just kind of look through everything. And then if you wonder, what does that mean? What does Sora mean? We say, what is Sora? Okay, let's see what it says. And here it comes up with a description on what is Sora. And it says that Sora is OpenAI's video generation model, and so on and so on. Now, I know there are many things we can do around these different toolbars, and I will make videos on each and every topic, but that will be in other videos. I'm just going to go back very quickly to my chats. Now, once I have a new chat, see here, we did get up a new chat called Sidebar Menu Overview. Now, there are three little dots on each of my chats. I'm going to go to the top one here, this one, the last one. And by clicking on the three little dots, we have a few options. I could, of course, delete the whole conversation, but here I can also archive it. Now, once you're chatting within the ChatGPT system, it will always remember the different chats. And I sometimes find that, well, if this was kind of a sort of important chat, and I know I'm going to use it maybe next week or next month or something, I could actually archive it. I'm just going to do that. Now, it seems to disappear, but actually, this is not true. It will now be found coming in here, up in the corner, clicking into my settings. Here I go. And I'm going now to the data control center here. And here you will find the archived chats. I'm just going to manage this one. And here it is. It also tells me the date this one was created. I could, of course, delete the whole conversation, but I can also open it up again. So I'm just going to click and open it up again. Now, this will kind of open it almost. It's still not really open. It says this conversation is archived. To continue, please unarchive it first. So let's just click on this button. So what I want you to know is you can make new chats, you can search within chats. If you made images, you find it in the library. Here you can go to Sora to make videos. Here you can go to specialized ChatGPTs. Here we can open different chats and we can either archive them or just keep them here. Also, let's just click on the three little dots again. I could delete the whole conversation. That would actually delete it. It's gone away forever. Again, the archive one, I'm not going to do that. You can also rename it. So I'm just going to rename this one. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to call it sidebar menu. And I'm just going to call it ChatGPT instead and click enter. Usually the system itself will give you kind of very simple, easy, understandable names depending on what your theme has been in your chat. But sometimes you don't really like it, so you just click and rename it. It is also possible to click here on share. If I click on share, it will actually be able to generate a public link, which I can now create. Let's do that. And what it will do, it will actually make a link. This one I could now copy and I could actually send it to a friend or a colleague. Also, please remember it says a public link to your chat has been created. Manage previously shared chats at any time via the settings. So I could then go into settings and I would be able to find them in the chat link area. You can also make this chat discoverable. If I turn this one on, it will actually even sometimes show up in web searches for anybody out there on the internet to see and click on and read. So basically, just be sure to understand all these tools here on the left and the little tools up here in the corner. You can also click and you can go to settings, and there's lots of different things you can do within the system. And if you don't understand anything, just go ahead and ask. Now, when it comes back to the different conversations, the chats we are making, I will make a video showing what different things do we need to think about. We are working within a chat in ChatGPT. But anyway, I think this now shows you at least a little bit about the different tools that are available within the ChatGPT free version. And as time goes by and you start learning the system, you will understand more and more of what's going on. Now, I'm going to stop there and then come back later on and I will go into specialized areas of the settings. I will also talk more about how can we have a smart chat going on within ChatGPT. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Please come back soon. I'll be posting different videos. You can subscribe to our channel and good luck with ChatGPT.